In this chair yoga sequence that we're going to work through, you're obviously going to need a chair, so make sure you've got maybe a kitchen chair to hand or a dining chair or your living room chair if you've got space round about it. Watch the video first before giving it a go so that you kind of know where you're going with it, and just be really mindful, especially if it's the first time that you've tried some yoga, of how it's feeling for you and whether it's appropriate for you to take part. Particularly if you've got high blood pressure, low blood pressure, if you've got any joint or mobility issues, or if you've just not really exercised for a while, just take a moment to decide if it's going to be appropriate for you to do anything, and if anything doesn't feel right, then just back off and do what you can do and what does feel okay for you to do. So let's give it a go. So I've tried to go quite slowly on this one, but if you find it moves too quickly for you, just learn the sequence and then go at your own pace. So starting off sitting on the chair, taking the hands above the head on the inhale, exhaling to curl forward, putting the hands onto the thighs. Inhaling and gathering in the right shin, taking the gaze towards the ceiling. Exhaling to curl forward, knee towards nose. And placing the foot back down. Inhaling, taking the hands up. Exhaling to curl forward. Inhaling to gather in the left shin this time, taking the gaze up. Exhaling to curl forward. And placing the foot down. Inhaling to take the hands up, exhaling to curl forward. Inhaling to take the hands above the head. This time maybe if it feels okay, going a little bit further and taking the hands down onto the floor on the exhale. If that's too much for you, you can stick with the thighs. Inhaling to slowly walk the hands back up and gather in the right leg, taking the gaze towards the ceiling. Exhaling to curl forwards, placing the foot back down on the floor. Inhaling to take the hands above the head. Exhaling to fold forwards. Walking the hands back up the thighs and inhaling to take the left leg up, taking the gaze upwards, exhaling to curl forwards and placing the foot back down. Inhaling to take the hands up, exhaling to forward fold. Walking the hands back up, and one more time, inhaling to take the hands above the head, exhaling to fold forward. Inhaling to walk the hands back up the thighs, gathering in the right shin, taking the gaze up, exhaling to curl forwards. And if you need any extra breaths as we go through, just take what you need. Inhaling to take the hands above the head, exhaling to fold forwards. Inhaling to walk the hands back up the thighs, gathering in the left leg this time and taking the gaze upwards. Exhaling to fold forwards. Placing the foot down, inhaling to take the hands above the head, exhaling to bring the hands by the side. So this time we're going to stand at the back of the chair and lean on the higher part of the chair. So we're inhaling to take the hands above the head, Exhaling to fold forward, placing the hands on the chair and curling forward. Inhaling to take the gaze up. Exhaling to walk back, taking the gaze down towards the floor and get a nice stretch in the shoulders. Just watching that you don't lock out the elbows, keeping a slight bend there. Inhaling to take the right leg up. Exhaling to step it forward into a high lunge. Inhaling to step forward with the left leg and take the hands above the head. Exhaling to bring the hands by your side. Inhaling to take the hands above the head. Exhaling to curl forward. Inhaling to take the gaze up, opening the chest. Exhaling to step back and get that nice stretch in the shoulders. Inhaling to take the left leg back. Exhaling to step it through into a high lunge and just stepping back a little bit with the right foot if you need to, making sure that the knee isn't going beyond the ankle. Inhaling to step forward, hands above the head. Exhaling, hands by your side. And repeating, inhaling, hands above the head, gaze upwards if that feels okay. Exhaling to curl forwards onto the chair. Inhaling to take the gaze up, curling up one vertebrae at a time. Exhaling to step back and take the gaze down. Inhaling to lift the right leg. Exhaling to step it forward into a high lunge. Inhaling to step forward with the left leg, taking the hands above the head. Exhaling to bring the hands by the side. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling to lift the left leg. Exhaling to step it through to high lunge. Inhaling to step forward, hands above the head. Exhaling, hands by your side. So in the final version, we can lean on the lower part of the chair, but if that's too much or it doesn't work, just go back to one of the earlier versions, either sitting on the chair or leaning on the higher part. So inhaling to take your hands above your head, exhaling to curl forward onto the chair. Inhaling to a flat back, gaze downwards. Exhaling to step back to a supported downward dog with your hands on the chair, gaze towards your tummy. Inhaling to lift the right leg. Exhaling to step it forward into a high lunge and just step the left foot back if you need to. Inhaling to step forward, taking the hands above the head. Exhaling, hands by your side. Inhaling to take your gaze upwards. Exhaling to curl forwards. Inhaling to flat back. Exhaling to step back with the left foot, then the right to your supported downward dog. Inhaling to lift the left leg. Exhaling to step it forward to high lunge. Inhaling, stepping forward and taking your hands above your head. Exhaling, hands by your side. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling flat back. Exhaling down dog. Just being careful to have a micro bend in your elbows, just making sure you don't lock anything out. Inhaling to lift the right leg. Exhaling to step forward into high lunge. Inhaling, taking your hands above your head, stepping forward. Exhaling, hands by your side. Inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward. Inhaling to flat back, gaze downwards. Exhaling to step back to downward dog, gaze towards your tummy. Inhaling to lift the left leg. Exhaling to step forward to high lunge. Inhaling, stepping forward, taking the hands above the head. Exhaling to bring your hands by your side. Namaste.